The OKC Thunder have acquired Alex Caruso from the Chicago Bulls in exchange for Josh Giddey, man. That's right. You heard it right here, man. It's for it's a 1-for-1, which is pretty surprising to be honest, because usually there's always like picks involved, right? In pretty much any type of deal, right? Even if it's for some like low level player. And yeah, man, it's pretty rare now. Yeah, especially nowadays when you see like a 1-for-1. So, I found that pretty interesting. Just from seeing that, right? One of the first things to notice. But yeah, man, we're just gonna go through this article about Woj, and hopefully the mic quality is not too bad, right? I have to use a different mic for the time being, but yeah, let's get right into this, man. So yeah, Chicago Bulls are trading a two-time All Star, two-time All Defensive guard Alex Caruso, right? Because we know Alex Caruso, man. One of the main reasons why Thunder, got him obviously is because of defense, man, and just he fits on any team, man. He elevates your team. He's one of those glue players, man. One of those players that like, if you're like in a championship, if you're a contender, right, or a championship type team, right, you die to have him, man. Honestly, any team, but especially those championship contenders, right? He's in that category of like the Bruce Browns of the world, right? Like that type, you know what I mean? Obviously, he does all the dirty work and stuff. He can shoot, right? He shot what 41% from three this past season, right? So that's another thing, right? The shooting as well, right? 3 and D. And his defense is elite, man. We know that, man. He gets mad steals as well, man. And man, I remember when my Raptors face him every single time, bro. He cooks us, bro. He cooks us. It's just bad, man. He's locking us up. He's getting steals. It's just annoying, man. Like when you're facing him, you're just annoyed. But then when he's on your team, you love it, obviously, right? That's how it is. So obviously for the OKC Thunder, they're in the boat where they're a championship team, right? A championship, contender. And man, obviously we saw what happened this past playoffs, and you know, they've been wanting Alex Caruso, and then they finally, got him right. Sam Presti, he finally got his guy right, and here he is. And also, they want the defense, man. They're gonna get the shooting from Alex Caruso too, but especially defense, and that's gonna help them a lot, man. And they gave out Josh Giddey, who they didn't really need, to be honest, right? They didn't need. And when it came to the playoffs, especially in like the what was it, the last round that they were in, bro. Why am I forgetting? Yeah, but when it came to the playoffs, man, yeah, he didn't play as good, and yeah, man. Even in the season overall, because his role, changed, right? He got, he had in a way less of a role, and yeah, man, his points went down, his production went down, stuff, and then he just started, not playing that good, and then he got benched and stuff in the playoffs, right? Yeah, and that's what happened. So that's one of the things. But the Bulls, man, I immediately thought about it. I'm like, okay, so from the Bulls' point of view, like obviously the OKC Thunder, we know this makes sense, man. It's gonna make them even more championship favorites now, right? And stuff like that if they weren't already. And yeah, Sears, they're looking dangerous, even more dangerous now, right? Their team was already like hella nice. Now it's even more nice. So we know the OKC side, but I'm more interested in the Chicago Bulls side because when I first saw this, I'm like, okay, the Bulls, man, they they love Caruso, man. They weren't willing to trade him for years, right? Ever since they signed him, which is like, bro, how long has it been now? Like 4 years? It's been a while or something, right? But yeah, they just didn't want to trade him at all, right? Because they're like, man, he's so good, whatever, right? They knew how good he was, right? Which is good. But they kind of like, I don't know, they just overvalued him in a way, right? They're asking for like ridiculous prices for him. Even though Cruz was really good, man, like, yeah, those prices were not going to happen, man. But then also, yeah, they just highly valued him. They knew how good he was, but they should have traded him years ago, man. If they knew they were going to do this, you know what I mean? Like, I guess this is the best offer they got, or like I'm thinking, like, okay, they finally realized, that they need to rebuild, and maybe there's gonna be a fire sale now. That's one of the first thoughts that popped in my mind. Then I remember, bro, this is the Chicago Bulls we're talking about. Um, this front office is pretty incompetent. You know what I mean? They're pretty they got pretty big egos, man. I don't know what it is. This thing, I don't know. They just refuse to rebuild. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like this team's dead, bro. This team's dead in the water, bro. Like, y'all got nowhere else to go. You guys are just mediocre at best. Like, yeah, like there's complacent, and they're fine with that, which is honestly the worst thing. The worst thing your team can be is complacent and mediocre, right? Because you're not bad enough to get a decent pick in a way, like an actual good one, like a top three pick. Then you're also not good enough to be like a contender, or even like to do anything in the playoffs. So yeah, man, that's where I'm coming from. Just generally, and yeah, I'm just thinking about like hopefully there's a fire sale, but man, I don't know the Bulls. Yeah, and then also other thing I didn't even think about it, bro, because I forgot. It's because bro, we haven't seen Lonzo play, right? Because he's been hurt for like years, right? And he's supposed to be coming back this year, but this upcoming season. But then Woj said in his article that they got Giddey to replace Lonzo because he's Lonzo's hurt. But if he's come, I don't know. So does that mean they're gonna get rid of Lonzo when he comes back? Probably. But I don't know. The team could look very different, right? Because we don't know what's going on with DeMar, right? That's another thing. DeMar. And then, yeah, man. But Giddey, the main thing for Giddey is he's going to get more opportunities. He's going to be one of the focal points of the offense, right? You know what I mean? So he's gonna get more touches. We should see his stats obviously go up and stuff. He's gonna be like one of the main players on this team, right? Probably get the second most touches, I'd say, depending on who's on the team. Next season. And yeah, man, his playmaking is gonna be even better, right? He's gonna get more reps and all. That's the main thing, more experience, right? And the bigger moments and stuff like that. So it's good for him because he was kind of pigeonholed in OKC just because they had so much talent, and obviously we have that much talent, man. Good players, right? Who deserve to have a bigger role, get more touches and stuff. You know, they gotta, that doesn't happen, man. They lose that, I guess that privilege, man. And then some players just have to suffer, right? You have to just like deal with it. You know what I mean? That's what happens, man. When you have so many like good players on your team. Yeah, but yeah, now he's finally on his own team, right? And yeah, man, it's gonna be good. And I think Woj said in the article that they see him as being an all star, right? Which is honestly, it's not far fetched seeing Josh Giddey being an all star, man. Like his just from like his counting stats alone, if you just want to go based off of that, man, they are like pretty good, right? Not they're not all star type, you know what I mean? Because it's pretty hard to make the all star game now with those type of numbers, right? Like remember Kyle Lowry made them like that, but yeah, it has to be like a pretty special player, you know what I mean? With like a pedigree and stuff. But besides the point, man, Josh Giddey, if he has like a slightly like a little bit of better season, man, averages maybe closer to 20 points, and maybe a bit more assists, which he definitely will. You know what I mean? He could make it, man. And who knows? Chicago Bulls. I don't know what they're gonna look like, man. That's the thing. Are they gonna do a fire sale or not? We don't know. But yeah, that's the main two things, or the main things I was seeing for both sides. But yeah, man, the on ball defending, or the all ball on ball defending, bro, with Caruso, right, with the Thunder's gonna be absolutely insane, bro. Like, oh my god, they also got Dort and then Wallace as well, bro. That defense, almost, bro. Bro. That's scary, bro. Like if I'm the opposing team, bro, if I'm like the Clippers or something, I'm gonna be like, God damn, man. And once I see like I have to face OKC that night, I'm gonna be like, damn, man. I'm gonna have a tough night, bro. I'm gonna have a rough night, bro. that's that's what I'm gonna be like if I'm opposing team. But yeah, man, that shows how great they are, man, how well respected they are and stuff like that, across the league, man. And everyone knows how they are, man. Especially Caruso. Everyone respects Caruso. They know his skill level, and it's just good to see. But then also, Giddey is also eligible to negotiate rookie scale extension. As a member of his 2021 draft class. So that's another thing as well as contract, right? OKC not willing to give him the extension obviously because they have too many good players. So there's not enough money to go around like that. It's not how it works. Then you get into like the luxury tax and even like that. Like most teams is going to anyways right now nowadays. Then you also got the tax apron, which is the main thing, uh, or the second apron, sorry, and that really limits teams, right? So they're trying to avoid that as much as possible. You know what I mean? So even where they can shave off a bit of money, man, it helps a lot. And yeah, but then also Caruso, what did I see, man? I saw some information about Caruso as well about his contract. Um, what is oh also yeah, the OKC Thunder, like I said, didn't attach any picks to Josh Giddey to acquire Caruso, which is pretty ridiculous if you think about it, right? Uh, then yeah, the OKC they're stacked. Yeah, Caruso has a 3 million guaranteed of his 9.9 million salary for next season, right? And the contract becomes guaranteed on June 30th, but can be amended as part of the trade. Giddey is entering the last year of his contract with a cap hit of 8.3 million, and then he's rookie eligible up until October 21st. So if I'm reading this correct for the Caruso part, obviously it's at the 9.9 million, right? So 10 million, only 3 is guaranteed for next season, and the contract becomes guaranteed um on June 30th, right? But can be amended as part of the trade. Okay. And then also it says Caruso's entering the final year of his deal, right? And he becomes eligible for 4 year, right? Approximately $80 million extension, exactly 6 months from the date of this trade, right? So what's it right now? So that's like December, right? Around December, give or take. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably like around December. And yeah, man, that's another reason why, right? The contract, right? When they get into their final years, right? That's when you see, just players get traded and stuff like that, right? Because teams don't want to, deal with them like with the new contract, give them money and stuff like that. So that's also another factor into this. But yeah, obviously OKC, man, they had the intention, right? Like it says here, they made the trade with the hope to have Caruso as an integral long-term player, right, as part of the team. And Woj actually said something very interesting. He said this trade could go down like when the Warriors traded for Iguodala, right? And Iguodala was also 30 years old when he got traded to the Warriors, which is, bro, like that was actually really good, comparison by Wood. Which it could go down like right now. It maybe it doesn't seem like that, man. Maybe but obviously everyone knows how big of a trade this is, but it could go down like one of those, man. It actually makes a lot of sense if you think about it, man. Like if you critically think about it, it does make a lot of sense like that. Which this could go down as like a very very lopsided trade, and like one of the best trades in history, honestly. Depending on how many championships the OKC Thunder win right in the next like 5 years, let's say. And honestly, they're gonna re-sign him, man. This is a done deal, bro. They probably already talking beforehand, man. Tampering like that doesn't even exist anymore, man. Everyone tampers, bro. But yeah, anyways, that's it for the video, man. I think it's a good trade. Let me know what you think down below. For both sides, honestly, I know people are low on Josh Giddey and what the Bulls are doing, but depending on how the Bulls take, how they follow up, that's what determines how good this trade is. But besides the point, man, let me know what you think down below. That's it for the video. See you next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.